Shut up and sit down.
And now, streaming live from the sunny Southern California coast, this is Options Uncensored.
Hey everybody, I'm Steve. Welcome to Options Uncensored. We're making real options trades in real time together. Let's get right into it. First things first, if you want to follow along, make sure you have your brokerage account open. Have a calculator ready so we can do some easy math. Set your YouTube video quality as high as possible. It helps you read the numbers a lot easier. And finally, remember, this is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's look at our open positions. First, Macy's. We rolled that one last on Friday. It's slightly down, but now we're in November expiration, so we've got a lot of time. Coca-Cola fell back a lot on Friday. Still down a bunch. We got some time. Roku's up a little bit, trying to get to 31. Okay. Block, pretty much flat on Block. We'll keep it going. And then DraftKings, slightly down, but it's up today. So we've got a lot of time on all of these till mid-November, okay? Okay, first thing we will start with today, Lockheed Martin, Northrop, and Raytheon. All right, first let's look at all these guys. When are earnings for all of them? 17th, so that's in about a week. That's gonna make things a little tricky. We may have to wait till after after earnings to do something with these. Northrop is on the 26th. We've got about 2 weeks on that one. Lockheed's out for sure. This is Northrop. Let's look on the call side. We're doing November expiration still. 39 days till expiration. Not a lot of volume today. Hardly anything. We'll skip this one. Let's look at Raytheon RTX. Their earnings are the 24th. Not a lot of time here. We're looking at the call side mostly. If you sold the 80 and bought the 85, that's 67 minus 24, divide that by 2, divide that by 500. Only 4.3% on that side. That's not as much as I thought it'd be. On the put side, maybe sell the 65 and buy the 60. It's 81 minus 35 divided by 2 divided by 500. Still not as good either. Okay, let's look at Boeing. Boeing's not up much at all today. And their earnings are on the 25th. On the put side, it's okay. Sell the 165 and buy the 160. I just don't want to hold during earnings. That's the problem. Let's look at General Dynamics. GD. Their earnings are on the 25th. Same thing. Not a lot of time. On the call side for this one, you want to sell the 260. There's some volume today, 111. Sell the 260 and buy the 270. No, but there's not great liquidity here either. Let's look at the airlines. United first. When are the airlines' earnings? The 17th. Even less time on this. All these stocks are big movers today. Just being so close to earnings makes it a little bit more tricky. On the put side, you gotta go all the way out here. I'd skip the put side. I wish there was like a 33 strike or something. 35's too close. Where's 35 on the chart? Right here. Well, you could take it if you want to sell the 35 and buy the 30. Just know earnings are coming up. I wouldn't do this one. Just too close to earnings. On the call side, if you want to sell the 46 and buy the 50, that's 47 minus 15. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 400. That's 4%. Not so great. Let's look at Delta. Earnings are coming up for them too. The 12th, that's in 3 days. We will skip this one. It's a shame we've got all this movement today, but earnings have kind of thrown a wrench in all of it. But we'll look at all of these stocks after earnings. Let's look at Zscaler next. ZS. Now this one's okay. Earnings aren't until December, so we got plenty of time. Up 5% today. Let's look at the call side. If there's anything here. If you sold the 200 and bought the 210, what have you got there? 225 minus 121. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 1,000. That's 5.2% return. 200 on the chart. Where is that? It's awfully close. What about on the put side? If you sold the 145 and bought the 140, that's 201 minus 142. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 500. Almost 6% there. That might be the better trade to make. 145 on the chart. Very close. It's right about here. Maybe. How's liquidity on the put side? The 145. It's okay. 9-point spread here. 13-point spread here. It's not ideal, but it's something. Let's look at Palo Alto. Pan W. Earnings are on the 16th, so we got over a month. That's nice. We got some time. Are they near an all-time high? They are. Near an all-time high. Oop. So that's something to keep into mind. 260-ish, 259-ish is an all-time high. On the put side, if you sold the 220, bought the 210, 229 minus 134 divided by 2 divided by 1,000, only 4.7% on the put side. On the call side, if you sold the 290 and bought the 300, that's 288 minus 172, divide that by 2, divide that by 1,000, almost 6% there. So, where's 290 on the chart? $290's all the way up here. That seems like a lot better trade to make. Let me make a note of Palo Alto. And maybe come back. Let's move on to the oils now. ExxonMobil, all the energy is up today. Earnings are on the 27th. What about Chevron? Earnings, same thing, are on the 27th. Why don't we look at XOP? No earnings here. Here's our chart. Maybe sell something on the call side. You'd have to go out to, let's see. If you want to sell, Sell the 160 and buy the 165. What do you get? 145 minus 84. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 500. 6% if you sold the call side. And that's XOP, so very liquid. You can get in and out. You don't have to deal with earnings. Put a star on that one too. Let's see if the XLE on the call side is better than the XOP. XLE. Here's our chart. On the call side, 96. Sell the 96 and buy the 101. We get better than 6%. 74 minus 23. Divide that by 2. Divided by 500. 5% on the XLE. So XOP's better. You get better return on investment. What about the put side? Not as good. Skip the put side on this one. Let's go back to XOP on the put side. If you sold, nah, this isn't great. You'd have to sell the 130, buy the 125. 158 minus 94, divide that by 2, divide that by 500, right? 6.4% on the put side. I don't know. I'd rather sell the call side than the put side, but it could go either way, you know? We're going to skip TLT today. Bond market is closed because of the holiday. Let's look at Walmart and Pepsi next. Their slide continues. Earnings for Walmart are on November 16th. We got over a month. That's great. Here's our chart. This big trend line here. We're going to do something on the put side. Is it worth it? If you sold the 140 and bought the 135, 104 minus 65, divide that by 2, divide that by 500. Only 4% on the put side. The call side, I'd skip it. 165. Sell the 165, buy the 170. 91 minus 38, divide that by 2, divided by 500, 5.3%, but you're taking the call side. I don't want the call side. Where's 165 on the chart? Not far enough. If it was above this high, sure. It's close. I don't know, man. When are earnings? November 16th. It's liquid. Yikes. The call side on this was not bad. Maybe. Let's look at Pepsi. Earnings are coming up for Pepsi on the 10th. That's tomorrow. Well, tomorrow morning is Pepsi. We'll follow up tomorrow morning. Okay? Cool. Let's look at Target. Is Target at 100 yet? Nope. Target's earnings are on the 15th. Same thing as Walmart. Put side for Target. If you sold the 90, bought the 85, it's 141 minus 78. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 500. 6.3% on the put side here. On the call side, sold the 120, bought the 125. You get 108 minus 64 divided by 2 divided by 500. 4.4. So don't sell the call side. Sell the put side if you want to. Sell the 85. Sorry. Sell the 90 by the 85. We're getting close. Where's 90 on the chart? down here. I don't know if it's time yet. It's getting closer. Let's go back to Walmart. We'll hold on these. Let's go to IV rank scanner. Sort by volume. The SPY. Let's look at the SPY. I'm trying to rally back today. For November expiration on the put side. Sell the 405, buy the 400. That's 267 minus 211. Divide that by 2, divide that by 500. 5.6 on the put side. That doesn't seem fairly priced. Let's skip the put side. On the call side, sell the 452. And sell the 457. That's 148 minus 81. Divide that by 2, divide that by 500. Almost 7% on the call side. If you want to sell something on the SPY, sell the call side. 452 on the chart. Up here. I wouldn't sell this one though. If it got around 450, I'd maybe sell something on the call side, but not yet. Same thing with the Qs. Palantir. PLTR. All right. Earnings are November 6th. A little less than a month away. Here's our chart. Up big today. Let's see what the call side looks like. If you sold the 22 and bought the 27, is it worth it? 48 minus 13. Divide that by 2. Divide that by 500. No, it's not. Only 3.5% return. On the put side, if you sold the 13, not a lot of room. Skip the put side. Amazon. A lot of these are going to have earnings coming up. Earnings are on November 2nd. Today's the 9th. About 3 or 4 weeks out. Skip Amazon. Meta has earnings on the 25th. We'll skip that one. Apple earnings on November 2nd. The IWM. AMD. When are earnings for AMD? I think early November, right? Halloween. Skip. The TLT. Bond market's closed today. We'll skip the TLT for today. Take a day off. Microsoft. Earnings are October 24th. We'll skip that one. ExxonMobil, we already looked at. Occidental. OXY. Earnings are November 7th, about a month away. On the call side, sell the 72.5. Nah, it's no fun. Skip this one. KRE, we're going to wait till after bank earnings or a major sell-off in the regionals. Let's look at gold. Does gold do anything today? It's up. That makes sense. Yeah, we were looking at selling puts the other day, but you just didn't get paid for it. It's gold. It's not that volatile. Maybe still sell some puts. What do we got? We sold the 164 and bought the 159. That's 49 minus 18 divided by 2 divided by 500. That's no, not worth it. Skip gold. Boring. Raytheon we already looked at. Netflix, earnings on the 18th. Pass. American Airlines has earnings. Bank of America has earnings. Google. The XLE we already looked at. Boeing we already looked at. Delta we already looked at. Disney. Disney has earnings in a month. Not yet. Let's take a look at Disney. Skip the put side. On the call side, if you want to do 95, sell 95 by 100. 66 minus 31 divided by 2 divided by 500. Skip. Not getting paid. Carnival Cruise Line. USO. Roblox. Lucid. Nope, nope, nope. The XOP we already looked at. I like the XOP of all those ones so far. Lockheed we already looked at, has earnings coming up. GDX. The gold miners. We didn't look at the gold miners. Let's look at GDX. Something to sell on the put side maybe? If you sold the 24, no, boo, skip. There's a lot here and there's nothing here all at once. PayPal. We already looked at that one a couple times last week. Earnings are coming up. Intel has earnings on the 26th. Ford has earnings. VFC. Walmart. We already looked at Walmart. Pfizer. Let's go back to Palo Alto and XOP. Let me do some quick math on both of them again. Pan W. Quote. Earnings are on the 16th. The call side. Selling 290 and buying 300. Was that it? 251 minus 149 divided by 2 divided by 1,000. 5.1%. XOP pays better, yeah? Or did we look at 280, 290? I'd rather sell 290, 300. Maybe it's changed. Where's 290 on the chart? Up and away, all the way up here. Liquidity on the 290. 10 cents, that's not bad. And that's 5.1% return. XOP on the call side. Selling the 161, buying the 166. 142 minus 82 divided by 2 divided by 500. 6%, that's better. Selling 161. Chart. It's up here. Liquidity. Okay. 161, 165. Yeah, this one's better. Has better liquidity too. Let's sell a call spread here. So we're gonna sell the 161 and buy the 166, okay? This is an ETF. We're gonna go to verticals. I'm gonna change the width to 5. On the call side, 161, 166. We're going to sell 1 November expiration, 161 on the call side, and buy 1 November expiration, 166 on the call side. Go ahead and click on the ask. Will be credited 62 cents. Limit credit, okay? We'll preview that. Sell 1 to open, buy 166 to open. You'll receive a credit. Make sure that's there, 62. We'll go ahead and send that out. And that'll also hang tight here the whole day, okay? Make sure something's spread here. Don't sell the call naked, okay? If you have approval to do that in your account, don't sell it naked. Things could be volatile over the next couple days, weeks, and months, okay? So, especially in the energy sector, you don't want it moving against you and getting margin called or getting blown out. Okay? So if this one does get filled, we'll set a good till canceled limit close order at 31 cents. All right? So if my position gets filled today, I'll set it as closing limit 31 cents. I think that'll do it for today. Everything else looks good. Yeah. Hope this one gets filled. Energy sector is fun to trade. Traded it for a long time. All right, that'll do it for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Tune in every day. If you're subscribed, you'll get alerts when we go live every morning. We go live every morning at 7:15 a.m. on the West Coast, 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. Subscribe. Tell your friends who are trading, maybe having troubles, to trade along together with us. But don't forget, this is just for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice, okay? Good job today. We'll see you again tomorrow.